What are the signs to look out for when it comes to bad wheel bearings? It's something that most of us face at some point in our life. Most cars have wheel bearings that go on for 100,000 miles. On some models, they start to fail at 70,000 miles. It probably depends on the conditions you drive in. Hot, dry conditions with lots of dust may cause the bearings to dry out and increase the wear and tear on them. And also, if your roads tend to have lots of potholes and lots of problems, that can also mean that the bearings are having more of a beating every time you take the car out. But the wheel bearing can have a big impact on the way the car handles and on our fuel efficiency. What are some of the things then that we need to look out for to diagnose a faulty wheel bearing? And how can we tell for sure that it's the wheel bearing and not something else? The wheel rotates around the axle, and it's the bearing's job to really take the friction and the load and allow the car to spin freely. As the bearing starts to degrade and get older, you may notice a whining noise. It may only be apparent when you turn to the right or to the left. It might also only be apparent when you increase speed or decrease speed. That's because the bearings are quite substantial, and there is a big weight shift on the car when you change direction or change speed, and that can cause that bearing on that corner that's having the extra load to show symptoms of wear, and that is generally through noise. We're listening out for a grinding noise or a humming noise, and it will tend to get worse as the car speeds up, and the tone and pitch will decrease as the car gets slower. If we have a squealing noise, that is probably down to the brakes, and the brakes are dragging. So we're not really focusing on squealing noises. We're listening for a hum or a grinding noise that would be associated also with the speed of the car, and that usually indicates there's a problem with a bearing somewhere. Working out which bearing it is, it just requires us to jack the car up and wobble the wheel. Now, the wheel shouldn't wobble. The bearing should be solid really, and it should allow the wheel to rock. So we want to rock from left to right and top to bottom. If there's excessive play there, that can indicate there is a problem with that particular wheel bearing. Also, if we spin the wheel while it's jacked up, the wheel should spin freely. If it's slowing up very quickly, particularly more so than the other wheels you've got on the car, that can also indicate that that bearing is on its way out. As the wheel hub wears, you may have a bit more play in the wheel, and that can cause excessive wear and tear on the tyre. It may even lead to cupping, which is something that we discussed in another video. But generally, if the wear is uneven, or if the tyre on that side is wearing more than the other tyres, or the car is maybe pulling in one direction, that can indicate there is a problem with the bearing on that side or on that wheel. If the bearings on the front are starting to fade, that can also affect the steering. The steering may be a little vague. We may get a bit more vibration. Obviously, sometimes that's caused by an imbalance in the wheel. If we have the tyre recently fitted and not correctly balanced, that will cause vibration at speed. But some cars, the ABS system is incorporated into the hub itself, and that can fire up errors if the bearing is starting to play up. If the wheel is not rotating correctly, the ABS sensors start to get grumpy and you start seeing error codes flashing up on your dashboard. Some cars, you have a bolt-on hub, and they're relatively easy to change. You just put the wheel on, make sure all the bolts are done up, and you're good to go. Others have a special press-in bearing, and I've seen people with a hammer hammering them out or hammering them in, and that is not the way to do it. You need a specific tool to press the bearing in. It's the quickest and easiest way. If you haven't got the tool, try and borrow it off someone, or even invest in it if you've got to do all of your wheel bearings at some point. But these hydraulic presses or professional bearing pullers or pushers will go a long way to make the job a lot easier and make sure the new bearing gets on there without being damaged by this continual hammering process that I've seen people do. It's something you can ignore. If that bearing will deteriorate, and when it's started to wear, it will deteriorate more rapidly. Eventually, the bearing itself will fail. That could cause the wheel to lock up. It could cause excessive vibration and play, which is obviously quite a serious safety issue. And I have known cases for the wheel to become completely detached. And whenever there's extra friction somewhere, it's generating more heat, and more heat tends to rapidly accelerate the further deterioration. It's something we shouldn't ignore. Although we can, and a lot of drivers do, please don't. Please jump on it quickly and get your wheel bearing actually sorted and fixed. It's a lot cheaper than the potential consequences of ignoring this. Please boot the like button if you found this video useful. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you could just subscribe. You won't miss out on the great content we've got planned. And I've lined up this video and this playlist that you should find really informative. Thanks for watching. See you in these next videos.